I just finished watching every pre-fight press conference for UFC Vegas 83, and honestly, guys, this was a very disappointing press conference because I wanted to, every single week, I want to take a look at what the fighters are up to, how they are mentally. Do we have any, insights maybe to what they're doing if they had a good camp? Maybe we could look for some underdogs to bet on. But every fighter, man, had either a 5-second interview or it didn't matter what they were saying because there's no useful information to pull from it. I understand it's the pre-fight press conference, man, but there's only 3 fighters that I want to talk about today. That being Khalil Rountree, Anthony Smith, and Junyong Park. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But anyways, I want to dive into their headspaces and see where they are at, guys. Hopefully this video is still enjoyable with just a few fighters. If you'd like to skip to any of them, timestamps will be available for you if you'd like to skip to any particular part. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's get started with Khalil Rountree. So Khalil Rountree, the biggest takeaway that I had from his pre-fight press conference was, honestly, this could just be the way that he is, but he seems really tired and really stressed out. Just the vibe that I've gotten from him. He didn't seem really interested in the questions that he's being asked. He looked tired and he seemed stressed out, to be honest with you. So maybe it's the weight cut. Maybe it's the stress of fight week. Maybe it's the stress of taking on a new opponent. I don't really know. Maybe he feels like he's in a must-win situation, or maybe it's just fight week. So it's really tough to say whether or not he'll thrive from that. But there is one other thing that, and this is what the video is about too, guys. I'm not saying this is factual, okay? This is just, maybe we can take something away from these, right? To be honest with you, Khalil Rountree seems self-absorbed, okay? He's so focused on thinking about his answers and focused on constantly, just appearing to be really intelligent. He's always talking about, he'll ask you, he'll get asked a question, and he'll sit here, hey, Khalil, how's it going? Things are good. Things are good. That's how he would answer everything. And I've even seen comments on MMA Junkie talking about that, where this dude's the definition of think before you speak. And he's always inserting, talking about reading his books, where he's like, I got to strengthen the mind. I got to come in all peaceful, I just got to work on what's healthy for me. I feel like he wants to have a TikTok edit. That's how I feel about Khalil Rountree. He went on this crazy thing about golf, where it's golf is just so therapeutic. I'm reading a good book. Sometimes I go out there and you see the grass. It's so nice, calming. That's how he speaks. I really do believe this guy is incredibly self-absorbed. He wants everybody to view him as this deep and intelligent person. He's always inserting about how many books he reads, right? It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good for you. All the power to him, right? But the thing that I'm kind of taking away from this is, if you kind of have that headspace and you're focused on everyone's appearance about you, will that necessarily really affect your performance? Maybe he's going to go in there and really try to get Anthony Smith, because something that he did mention in there is he wants the fans to remember him, right? He wants, no matter what, whether it's a good fight, a quick fight, whatever, he wants the fans to remember him. So if that's your focus, I don't know if that could necessarily transition into your cage style a little bit. He's probably always been like this, and he's been doing very well in the octagon. It's just making me sit back and think, is his focus a little bit elsewhere? I'm not saying it is. Don't get me wrong. It's just a possibility, okay? That's the biggest takeaway. But other than that, like I said, he seems tired, stressed out, and honestly, I didn't really get too good of a vibe from him. I'm a little bit worried for him this weekend. Now, to be honest with you guys, on the other side of the coin, Anthony Smith actually he seems a little bit more positive than he usually is. Don't get me wrong, he still has the Anthony Smith issues, and we're going to get into it, but he was legitimately asked, the first thing that he was asked was, how's he feeling? He said, weight is good, and he's in shape. I have no reason to not believe that. Maybe he'll show up, because he has been looking a little flimsy lately, so I don't really know, but something that, while Anthony Smith does seem to be in good spirits, there's a huge problem. It's very evident that he took this fight just as a shortcut to Alex, because that's all he was talking about. Don't get me wrong, it's a great thing to want to have title aspirations, right? I respect that. Of course, every fighter would want to do that, but he pretty much took this fight just as a shortcut to Alex, because he's constantly talking about, oh, Dana White in the UFC kind of likes when the UFC, you do favors like this for the UFC. You're saving the card, stepping under the co-main event spot. Nobody wants to fight this guy. I'm sitting here taking on this guy. The UFC likes that. Maybe with a win here, and this is something that he actually said, with a win here, with all of these contenders booked up, like Rakic, Yuri Prochazka's out, maybe Alex Pereira, him being active, will want to say my name if I have a performance here and beat Khalil Rountree, because the contenders are booked right now. Some are injured, and I'm the guy coming off of a lot of momentum. Maybe I can get a shortcut to the title. That makes a lot of sense, and that could very well happen. But the problem is, you're taking this fight for the wrong reasons. Khalil Rountree is super dangerous. Khalil Rountree can change your career. Khalil Rountree is so good at what he does. Not being prepared for him and overlooking him, potentially coming into this fight thinking, I want Alex Pereira, I just need to get past Khalil Rountree. No, you got to think like, I need to focus on Khalil Rountree. Maybe after that we can fight Alex Pereira. But this dude, I don't really like where his head's at in that sense. And other than that, you still have the typical Anthony Smith being delusional. His losses, his recent losses, were because he feels indifferent to them. He feels indifferent to his opponents. That's what he said. That was his excuse. He needs something exciting like Khalil Rountree, so he's going to have a good performance because he's excited about Khalil. He felt indifferent to his other opponents. That's why he lost. You need to learn from your mistakes. You need to learn. If he comes in with that as heavy as he is on his front leg, not moving, Khalil's going to chop it down. Learn something from your last fights, dude. I feel bad saying this because I'm a guy sitting behind my desk. I understand the spot that I'm in, criticizing a guy like Anthony Smith. But man, you can't make that many excuses all the time. So he may be on weight, he may be in good shape, he might have nothing to lose, but he's taking this fight for the wrong reasons, and he's still not learning from his losses. He's like, he doesn't think the records matter, dude. It's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. So Anthony Smith, still delusional, probably going to stand high on that front leg. He's probably going to get chopped up. He's probably going to get oblique kicked to death. He's probably going to get finished. Now, guys, there's one more fighter that I did want to touch on, and it's going to be very, very small, unlike Anthony Smith and Khalil Rountree. It's Junyong Park. This dude is so laid back, calm, positive, and happy. That's got to bring nothing but good things to come in the octagon, to be honest with you. He's focused on training, respectful for his opponent. He was enjoying the entire moment about being at a press conference. He was enjoying the entire journey of the UFC. Go watch his press conference. It was wholesome. I found myself laughing a little bit. This dude, I literally, after watching that press conference, became a bigger fan of him. I really did. I hope he wins. Oh, I'm a fan of Andre Muniz, but I hope he wins. Just the fact that his headspace seems so calm, so composed. He's ready for what's to come. He's been training hard. I think he's in a very good headspace, and I have a very good feeling about him. I really do. But regardless, I've become a bigger fan of his after this. But guys, unfortunately, that's all that I have for you today. Like I said, man, there just wasn't a lot to take a look at when coming at these fighters. A lot of them had not useless press conferences, but information that I couldn't exactly make a video on. So let me know what you thought about these three fighters down below. If you're interested, we do this video every single week, so check it out. Stay tuned on the channel, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. On the screen right now, if you'd like to continue watching the Clenbat channel, there'll be 2 videos on screen for you to check out. I will see you either there or in the next video, everybody. Take care.